Here we are again. I don't know exactly how this is going to work out. My audio meters say everything looks alright. I wanted to look at that last video and kind of scroll through and see how things came out, but evidently it's still processing, and being a long video, maybe it'll take a while. So I thought I'll just continue into the next one while I'm waiting for that one, since we don't know how it's gonna play out. Torry Pines South. This is the final round in this I don't know what you call it. Farmers Insurance Open. Video capture device freezing again. See, this is the problem I had with that. I tried this a while back. And it keeps freezing up. And it froze sometime in that last video near the end. I don't know how far in, so I was just curious if I could get all the way through. Oh shoot, 9 miles an hour. Crosswind, 9 miles an hour. I better aim out there. I'll take that. Going more into the wind. Yeah, we'll try that. I made that noise of the ball drop in there. Makes me reminds me of when I first got hired on for a major communications corporation, one of the big names out there. This was, I don't know, 23 years ago, pre 9/11. But there was a group of us all hired in around all on the same day. Our first day was the same day anyway. And I don't know, I think this guy hired in like shortly after us. It makes you completely wonder about hiring practices, even back then. I mean, you had to go through all this testing and stuff to get in. This guy would walk around with a one of those winter, what do you call it? You know, the keep your head warm kind of. Like Tim Pool wears, if you know Tim Pool. But he would pull that thing down to cover his face while he's walking around inside of the building, and he would just walk around making that noise. Can't whistle. And at the end of it, he'd just randomly walking around doing that with his face covered. I guess it was so close to, he must have been able to see through like the holes in it or something. It wasn't made to wear down over your face. Some of those are, they got holes for the eyes and for your mouth. This was not that. But he stayed there longer than I actually would have thought. It still took him a while to get rid of him, but they did eventually get rid of him. This is up a foot. What else we got here? Flop. Man, I wish pitching would work. Let's try it. I'll just try and be slow. See, way too slow. It's just like super sensitive range. See, chipping, I can at least get it close. But pitching, man, I'm just all over the place. Oh, I thought that was in. Yeah, that guy got hired in before 9/11. I can't even imagine if it would have been after 9/11. Man, he would have been out the door first day probably, or maybe never made it in. I don't know. Makes me wonder how he got through the testing process. Did he act weird during that? And I never saw him talk to anybody. I'm sure he had to wherever his job was at. Man, look at that. It says I was slow. I'm a little slow. Up 5 inches. Will it? Too much. Broke too much. Oh, 7-mile-an-hour crosswind. Maybe right in the middle. I have a pretty decent, or I think it's a pretty decent video capture device, so I don't really know why it keeps freezing. Maybe it's OBS that's freezing. That was horrible, and I have felt that. I don't know what I was doing there. Sometimes you just feel it when you swing. Now here we are on the pitch again. Let's see if I can get it right. Still too fast, but I was almost in range. I'm looking at that. Well, it just went away, but over on the right side is the swing meter and all that. You guys probably see that more than I do, since you're not playing. I've noticed that when you're sitting back watching somebody play, you see a lot more stuff going on than what the player actually does. I guess the player gets so focused on whatever they're focused on. One bogey so far. Let's make some birdies. I think it's birdie time. Great shot. Great Scott, great shot. I think, man, I feel a birdie coming on here. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, that wind caught it. Oh well. Gonna be a long putt for birdie, but we're gonna do it. Gonna do it. Oh. Ah. Well. That's how the cookie crumbles. Only got to par it. I got the wind pushing that way. Whoops, wrong button. Let's curve our shot a little that way too. Yeah. That ought to do it. Not bad. So easy to run off that left side on that hole. Got a little bit of wind with me. This is a par 5 also. Let's get a good roll. It's on the green anyway. This is for I just heard a sound here that has me totally question whether any audio is going out or not. We'll see. If it doesn't, oh well, there's always tomorrow. Oh no. Hate it when that happens. pitch mode again. I'm in the rough, so I need extra. Wasn't a bad shot, but still said I was too fast. Which way is this green rolling? Another bogey. Another bogey. Eighth hole, par 3. Up 21 feet. Wind is with me. Just enough. Whew. Oh, come on now. There we go. Oh, almost a birdie. I'm sure if any guys out there watching that really know how to play this game, they're probably like, oh man, this guy's awful. And that's alright. Awful golf. That's why I should have called the channel Awful Golf. Awful Golf. Hard to say. Par 5. Another 300 yards to go. Seems like pretty good. And bad bounce. Dang. Dang it. This thing seems to be designed to freeze when I stop watching to pay attention. When I'm watching, it doesn't freeze. It's always, I stop looking at it for a while, and then the next time I looked at it, well, there we are. Oh. My avatar gets as frustrated as me. Must have parred that, I guess. That's one of the things about it. Let me give the guys who built this game some advice. I want to see what my box for the whole course every time. Sometimes you show it, sometimes you don't. And I know I can go into the menu and look, but that's a pain. And way too many cuts to the other golfers. like this. I don't have any control over this. I can't stop. I mean, I can, but it's even with skipping it takes way too long. If you're just wanting to play a quick game of golf in your tournament, well, it is really a pain. Now, like I said in the previous video, I love this game. This game is awesome, but there's certain things that they could have made it better. There ought to be an option to switch off that jumping over to other players and such, watching computer players play. Ooh, there we go. Birdie. 2 bogeys, 2 birdies. Yeah, sometimes I sit down and I just want to play a quick game and oh my gosh, it froze again. I'm gonna have to work out this freezing problem. I mean, overall, this is pretty cool, but I can't be freezing every 10 minutes and not realizing it. If I could, I would play it from the OBS screen, but there's enough of a delay I can't really do that. +7, so I parred that one. And it's pushing that way. Whoa. How'd I get all the way over there? Probably should have used the iron out of that rough, but I don't know. I know with the iron it was only going to get me so far, and less than what it really showed it was going to get, because it's coming out of the rough. Usually if it's in the rough you can add 2 clubs. And the problem is woods don't really work very well hitting out of the rough. But there's always a chance it might work, so I would rather take the chance that it got a flyer around here. I'd rather take the chance that the wood might work, and maybe I don't think there's any chance of hitting it too long, so I might get a few extra yards out of it if I'm lucky. Now see that? On that chip I almost hit it straight up, and why can't I do that on a pitch? Down 4 inches, so I hit it a little softer. Didn't get hardly any break. Usually going downhill you get a lot of break. Like whatever, if it was even and you had a certain amount of break, you're gonna get like whatever break you're gonna get. But if it's going downhill and you get a certain amount of break, well, it like amplifies the amount of the break usually. And just the opposite, if you're going uphill, it lessens the amount of break because you're hitting it harder, I think. Oh, I was sitting here thinking about the break and not concentrating. At least you get the tee off from the same spot. Alright, pay attention. I just had an idea. What may be causing the freeze up? See, this is the reason I needed to do this, even if it's not working right. Too slow. Yeah. Dang. I've got a problem with the PC here. It's something to do with USB. But it affects sound and everything else because I have USB devices plugged in and such. Sound devices, that is. So it'll pop up every once in a while. And even my keyboard, I'll see. I have a keyboard with backlighting on it. And everything, well, it's like that USB just resets. And that's coming out of a hub. So maybe that's it. But I did try going straight into the PC. And I just got a friend of mine checked in there. What am I doing here, guys? What am I doing? Let me hit this ball, give you something to watch while I readjust. Oh, no wonder. I need to change my my thumbnail. I got the sail away thumbnail on the video. I got the sail away thumbnail on the video. I got the sail away thumbnail on the video. Alright, now back. Yeah, that's what's affecting it, guys. I just saw it. All right. He's gonna jump on the live stream and hear me ramble on for a little while. Eight mile an hour crosswind. I'm pitching. Let's try this pitch. Oh, shoot. Forgot. I gotta restart the... Got too many things going on here. Okay. Yeah, that's, I just saw that USB thing happen again. And it froze my screen, so... Finally I understand what's going on with that. So maybe I can get that fixed now. Well, I can understand what's... That's what's affecting the OBS. And it does it whether or not OBS is connected or not. I wonder if I just got a bad power supply on one of my USB. I think it's something to do with USB hubs. Oh, there we go. There we go. I was needing that. Where are we at? 15 total. 9 mile an hour crosswind. And Chuck, if you are out there watching, hit the chat thing. Send a message in chat. Just so I can tell if that works. So if you're watching this later on, There's absolutely 0 people in chat right now because nobody knows me. Nobody knows. And I don't even know if the audio is working right, so he may not even be able to hear that. In which case, if that's the case, then you're not hearing this, and I'm just completely talking to myself right now. Interesting. There we go. Man, I'm back to +9. I ain't been paying. I had my attention divided. My sponsors are not going to be happy with this. Against the wind. 5 wood ought to be just about right. Man, I'm seeing, watching the stream online, I see a tremendous delay. That's my buddy, oh, I see, probably gonna end up deleting these videos anyway, so it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. I seen a blip out there. I thought maybe that was him. Surely not anybody else. Nobody knows where to find me. Huh. We're on the 17th hole here. Let me say some stuff here. I've been sitting here quiet talking with you, or trying to figure out chatting. Kind of paused here because I'm on the last hole and I don't want to end this up. Yeah, I created another channel with a more general instead of gaming on the end of it, but I couldn't get it to work right. I don't even remember now. can't remember now why it didn't work right. It was fouling me up somehow, and it's been a while, so I've forgotten. Ah, there you are. All right, cool. And I see you on my stat screen bounced in. It was kind of funny. It was like you were there before, or somebody was, a few minutes ago. It's got a couple blips. All right, let me make this shot. 8 miles an hour wind with me. There's a kind of a delay here. Yeah, I can see it may say you're not signed in. Oh, okay. You're saying that's what happened before. Because I see you, your user ID or user ID now. Op reroll. Op reroll. That wasn't a bad shot. I didn't even watch it happen. Let's see, 8 mile an hour with the wind. I didn't get anything out of that wind. It's your something britches. I can't. What, you saying you like my pants? These were very expensive. Yeah, it's very realistic. I said in the earlier, I did a whole first video, and I just kind of ran it and stuff on there. But then I couldn't. It takes a while for YouTube to process it after you stop, so I couldn't see if it was working or not. And I was really in the mood to play another round. This is the final round in this tournament here. So I went ahead to do that, but I really don't know if the sound is working or what. But as I was saying, I got totally sidetracked there. As I was saying in that previous video, I just love it. It's so realistic, and it's realistic to the point where some days I love it, some days I hate it, because some days I can play really good. Other days I am all over the place. And this whole deal playing online is, or streaming my play is different too, because now I got like 3 different things to worry about while I'm trying to play. And I have been having screen freeze problems. Is the stream still running? You still... It says it's still running. Maybe I'm talking, I don't know. Yeah, I can do that, Chuck. I'll explain it to you. Op, reroll. I need to get used to using the names. Why doesn't it look like it's streaming anymore? There we go. I fiddled around with a lot of different settings, and I still don't think it's right. But it's hard to tell. I see why people like these ones that go doing it more professionally, why they end up having multiple people. So you got somebody watching the stream to tell you what's going on, watching this, watching that. Because you really have to divert your attention in several different directions. Didn't get enough break. OP. I'm assuming that's what I'm supposed to call you, OP. I don't know what the outpost is. Oh, wow, that almost went in. Look at that. Made it through the rest of it without a screen freeze. I had my first hole-in-one the other day. Gee. Yeah, my middle sponsor there just fired me. They said, man, you can't be wearing our name if you're gonna play like that. Oh god, man, I can't even. Those little phone games and such. I don't even. I've got some of those that are that style of golf. I loaded that, I think, or maybe I just watched videos on it, but I don't know. I'm spoiled. I like this realistic one. It's kind of, you can play online with this, and maybe there is a way to yeah, TaylorMade fired me. Somebody else wanted to hire me. I've already got contracts on those. Okay, so now Ping is my new sponsor. I'll show you my or who I can get sponsored here. These are the ones like, see, Tattoo Golf, showing clothing on it. This ping is showing clothing and clubs, but they're currently sponsoring my clubs. And Wilson likes my balls. So and there's some more sponsors down here. Titleist, TaylorMade. I actually had, see that, I don't know, honestly, I don't know what, I can't tell what they pay me or anything, but if you go in, like if I select, you know, I get, that's where I got my pants at, from Tattoo, Tier 7 pants. And I guess my shirt also. But it doesn't really say anything about the money. But I do know if you play without being sponsored, you don't make money as fast. It seemed that way to me anyway. So anyway, I don't I never signed with Nike. I was doing that initially, and then I thought, you know what, Nike, I don't like those bastards. I'm not gonna, you know, they want to kneel at the national anthem. Well, I'm not gonna represent them. I started getting more picky about who I sponsor. None of these others, I don't think, have crossed any lines with me. It seems like Adidas did something that I didn't like at one time, but I don't remember now what it was. But since I can't remember it, well, if they want to sponsor me, they will. But I think I've just been going by the idea, the closer to the bottom of the screen, the more, the higher the level of sponsorship is, but I don't know if there's anything to that or not. I can't really tell. I like the clothing by Tattoo Golf, though. Can you do a Payne Stewart look? I have no... Oh, I mentioned that. See, you missed the whole... Whoops. I missed the... what am I doing here? Cancel. Oh, I see what I did. You missed the whole first video because I went into a lot of stuff. But I can feel free to repeat it because nobody's watching anyway except for you. But I don't know any of these golfers. I know Tiger Woods because everybody knows Tiger Woods. And all these other players I'm playing with, I only know because they're in the game. Like this Brooke Henderson. It's like, I know Brooke Henderson because she's on the rivals list, and I played against her. And Colin Morikawa. I don't know. I kind of, you do this rival thing, and they're in the background there. So I don't really pay attention to them a whole lot, but that's the only names I really know. I wonder if there's a... Let's see. Ah, here we go. Whoops. How do we do that? These are the guys that I've played against. Harold Varner, Ricky Fowler, Bubba Watson, Justin Rose, Tony Finau. I don't think I knew any of these guys before I started playing, except for Tiger. Lydia Ko, John Rahm. Why is it locked? Oh, it's probably locked in this go around. I've played through several seasons, and I actually have beat all of these guys before, but sometimes I'm playing better than other times. Where am I in the standings? I'm number 7 in the standings, so I'm not doing too bad this season so far. A Payne Stewart look. Bryce DeChambeau. Bryce, I didn't. Was he on that in that list? I didn't see him anywhere. This is 2023. Oh man, let me show you. Let me see. Exit out of here. And let's go to casual. And local match. See if I can remember. I hadn't played it for a while. See if this will bring back any memories. Probably a quicker way of getting to it. But I don't know how, so. Wow, there's a Sprague Hill Country Club. All right. Can I move this camera around? That's the bad part, because I can't really. I have to move my shot around to see the camera. See, the house ain't quite right. It's got a little extra part on it there, but that might look familiar to you. And got that hedge out front. And of course, this is back in time, so I don't know. It probably looks different now. You know, we sold the house. That's a big area, open area across the road. Right out there, that big rock thing. There used to be in real life, there was a brush pile there, and I didn't want to. I found a way later on that I could do it, like stacking up sticks and stuff, but I'd already put the rock there, and I kind of like the rock, so let's see where we're going to here. Going with the wind. Whoop. And I always go to the left. See what we do here. I don't remember, OP. Do you or I don't know, do you remember playing out there? I don't think you were out there as much. Let's go straight at it. I don't know if I can do this or not. I was trying. Oh, I forget. This ain't like the regular. Since there's no green here, I actually kind of have to get it on there. Let's get it on. Yeah, that pond ate a lot of golf balls. Whoa. Calm down there. I hadn't played this in a while. It was. Oh, see, I don't know why it does that. But see how much power? It put like. If there's no way I could lessen. If I were to hit it like that, it would. Well, actually, it would hit the stake probably and bounce backwards. But because I've done that before, not realizing that it adjusted the scale on me. So we just need a little bit. All right. Time to bring out the putter. It's just like it was actually on the old course. Putt from the rough. All right. It's kind of hard. This is realistic enough. Getting that putting from the rough, I mean, it's like real life. You know, it's like you got to hit it hard enough to get through the rough, but not too hard because it's easy to overshoot the hole. This one is actually one of my favorite ones, even though it looks like there's no way in the world you should be able to get it in there. Whoop. Alright, let's try that. Drop it down through the trees. Oh, that wasn't bad. On the green. The first version of this, I had hills every freaking where. Oh, putter. Like all the greens were uneven. It was probably closer to real life. No, they were too hilly. Real life, they were definitely not flat, but but these were my first attempt at making this course. Man, those greens were all over the place. There's that pond. Some catfish out there. This is that one where I told you in real life I was telling you about, where I was like standing probably 20 yards away, and I don't know if it was Franklin. Seems like it was Franklin probably, where he was standing at the flag, and I chipped it, and he lifted the flag out of the hole just in time for the ball to drop into it, just like I was shooting a basket. And it stayed in. I wouldn't even thought, but it had a really nice sound. Let's try putting this thing. Ah. My avatar is just as expressive as I am. It gets a little. Have a screen freeze here. I have kind of semi-figured out what the problem is. I know what's causing it, but I don't know what's causing it. I've been having an issue, and I think it's a USB issue of some type, but I don't know where. I've got a lot of stuff hooked up, but every once in a while it causes screaming aside, it causes, like, my keyboard goes down, but only for like a second, and then it's back up. It's like everything on USB resets or something. And I've got, like I say, a pretty extensive setup here with things, and I hadn't bothered to track it down yet. And I had thought, well, it's the USB hub that I have my capture card plugged into. I thought, okay, it's messing it up. So I went straight into the PC. This was a long time back, but it still kept doing it, and it would freeze the screen. But now, and I don't know what overall is causing that, but now I know what was freezing the screen. I was so frustrated because I'd spent, I mean, it wasn't tremendously expensive, but for me it was expensive because I'm broke. So I spent like 30 some bucks or something for this screen capture USB device. It's supposed to be pretty good, and it I thought it was it at first, and then, but now I know for sure after today. The only reason I know that because today is sitting here and playing today. I just decided, man, I'm just gonna start streaming. I don't really care. I just gotta start streaming and start trying to fix things on the fly, because I do love playing this game. Oh, look at that! Look at that! The Fed. What's the Fed? OP, what's the Fed? What are you talking about? It was probably something I mentioned 30 subjects back now. Anyway, so I got an idea how to stop the screen freezing. I just need to sit down and isolate what's going on causing my USB to flake out. Hopefully that won't you know, computer problems, golly. Sometimes it should be simple. I don't know, I feel like it's a hardware thing. I feel like there's a power supply, something flaking out. I don't think it's a software thing. So I need to, like, do this, or even just, I guess, strip everything back to bare minimum USB stuff and see if it still does it, and then start adding stuff back in slowly until I figure out what's going on. My hardware licks. What does your hardware lick? I'm in somebody's front yard or driveway now. There's a house in that spot where I'm putting, or the front yard anyway. So I'm actually playing this Chuck on Xbox and capturing it on the PC, which is pretty cool, because I'm definitely not one of those guys that it's great on the keyboard running, but I don't know, if I can get figured out, well, I'll probably do some oh shoot, my other game, which I've totally blanked out now. What is the name of it? Icarus. I'll probably do some Icarus on here too. Once I get the get where I'm not having the freezing problem, well, that opens me up for a lot more. In fact, the only thing that got me on this today was oh no, I don't have an out of bounds set. Technically that should be out of bounds. I guess it's like real life though. We didn't have, I don't think I can get it through this fence. We'll see. We didn't have a fence there in real life. We just had sticker bushes. This is not going to help the bottom line score. I was sitting there trying to line it up, but then not hitting where I'm lined up. So I don't know that it matters if I line up anyway. Alright. Let's change this to flop. Pitch. How come my power ain't working? Oh, is that as short as it goes? Yeah, I think there's a way to mark that as out of bounds, but in one sense, it's pretty realistic to what it used to be like. We didn't have a fence, but we definitely had obstacles. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And this would be the only different part. Well, different hole. I added a hole because we used to play back. See, I got my own caddy and everything. We used to play back to the original hole. And I tried to set it up that way, but it couldn't figure out that that hole was, well, I couldn't use the same hole for two different holes. I had to have two separate pins, I guess maybe it'd be the, yeah. So I put in a second hole, but then I ran into the problem when I was trying to hit to it. I get it in the wrong one and then I'm stuck. It's like a game glitch. If I accidentally hit it like from way out and it rolled in the wrong one, see, it would have been, what is this, seventh hole? So it's the sixth hole, no, fifth hole. It's the fifth hole over there. You can see it behind my back. That's the fifth hole. The one I'm hitting to is the seventh hole. I tried to put both the fifth and the seventh in the same, or use the same hole for the fifth and the seventh, and it wouldn't let me do it. So I put two holes in the same green, and then when I would hit to either one, if the ball rolled into the other hole on accident, and I'm stuck at that point, can't move forward. It won't let me get it out. Well, maybe it would have let me say unplayable. I don't know. But regardless, it was a problem. So I just decided, well, let me add another small green back here. And it's kind of close to what it used to be like. right, you found a golf ball. See, it says season 7 ends in a lot of days. I guess it's like an online season. I haven't tried that. You know, there was some way in here to look at that golf course. Course details. And I could tell if anybody else played it, and there was some other people that had played it, just a couple other people, but leaderboard maybe? Yeah, a couple other people played it. They were way better at it than I was. So you have one golf ball now. It's hard to create a driving range with one golf ball. You can do it, but it'd be slow and expensive. You'd have to hire somebody to run out there and get it and retrieve the ball every hit. Yeah. Practice bucket. I thought about doing that here, but I don't think I have any clubs anymore. I haven't found them yet in going through my old stuff. If I do, I can't remember if I sold those clubs. I just don't remember what happened to them. You can do online matches. I started to talk about that a while ago. You can do an online match, but for whatever reason they restrict it to oh shoot, I forgot. I had to drop my Xbox Live. So I can't do an online match right now. But they were, as near as I could tell, on the online matches, they restrict it to like 3 holes, and I don't know why. Man, would be brilliant to play 18 holes. I guess when you're playing with somebody that you don't know who it is, and I did find that because I did play several rounds of just the 3 hole, and to be honest, it's more likely you're going to get a jerk on there than somebody good. But I did find I had some good games with people that would stay with it. But usually what happened, you'll get one good player and then one guy that's a jerk. So the one guy plays with you realistically, but the guy that's a jerk is like driving off the greens and all that kind of thing. What'll happen? Generally, you can tell. What'll happen? They might play pretty good, like the first hole, and then the second hole, they have a bad drive or bad putt or something, and then they just go ballistic. I mean, it's like they take out the driver and hit it off in the middle of nowhere and then drop. But there was some good guys out there I played with. I was still old school too. I put on the headset and the mic and was going to chat with people when I played. Come to find out, I guess, well, at least on golf anyways, people don't do that much these days. That's what one of the guys I was playing with said. He said, man, I didn't even think anybody used this headset stuff anymore. they've got my player. Where is it at? Custom seasons against other golfers. Yeah, I think this was it. You can go in and play a season, and I have not done this yet. I don't think I have. I started to one time. Maybe I started one and forgot, but it's not like you play live, I don't think. I think it's you just play by yourself and scores get recorded. I wanted to, man, this would be so awesome if they would set it up to where you know, kind of build up a friends group and you could play a whole season. And if they use their, because they make it look like a video. I don't know if you've seen how, like, after a strike, there's sometimes, well, it'll go into like it's a video mode and show it like it's on TV or something. It would be cool if it would automatically set up a stream somewhere that was like you had broadcasters broadcasting it on a separate channel somewhere. That would be neat. Yeah, I had mentioned this in the first video that I couldn't do this. I couldn't. That's the reason I chose golf, because if I'm like in a high speed, like a shooter or something, it takes enough of my concentration to just play the game, let alone trying. I mean, I'm at my limit right now trying to read what the chat over here and play halfway decent. I kind of give up. I just decided on this play. It's like, okay, I'm going to play like crap, because this game actually takes quite a bit of concentration. It is noticeable. If I don't concentrate before each drive, if I don't get my head right, it's going to show. And that's the reason I love the game, though, man. It's so realistic. It's the timing of it is just very difficult. Yeah, I like that channel idea, but the as far as the where there's another channel that like live streams all your friends as you're playing a tournament, that would be awesome. Because you'd start, you know, especially if you started it like real round, if you had the option of setting it up like you all have to start at different tee times and all that, I think that would be pretty cool. But my idea this is my idea for the channel now. This is what I originally thought I was playing the golf, because you can sit here and talk. And in my first video I kind of got off on political rants and that kind of thing, which is eventually what I want to move to. Right now this is just kind of a test, trying to get things set up, trying to figure out what's causing the freezing process, figure out the sound. You said it sounds good. Evidently you can hear me since you're responding and stuff. I have a more sensitive mic, but I found it was picking up like everything else in the house. Especially, I have an air conditioner like right up there, and it's running right now. But I found this mic is directional, and I can set it back away from me, and it's still, at least in testing with just audio, it seemed like it was pretty good in that respect. Versus the one that was real sensitive, which I use for vocals, singing and such. It's really good for that, but I couldn't find the right settings. You know, there's sound dampening and stuff you can put in the back, but it gets to sounding too weird if you apply too much of that stuff. I was playing San Andrews tourney on GC. It wasn't great for me. Oh, that's the Golf Clash thing. I just decided to start another one while I'm here chatting. Man, I hate laying up, so I'm not gonna lay up. $10-mile-an-hour, gosh dang. Curve this shot a little bit. All right, let's see what we get here. Ah, look at that. It wasn't too bad. The other thing is the length. If playing one round, it puts the video at probably about 40 minutes. So that's a good length of time for an episode or whatever you want to call. This one I'm going way over, but I'm just having fun now, so I don't really care. I don't like pitching. I ranted about that. There's something with the pitching in this. I cannot do it, man. The timing, I cannot get it right. Going into the wind, I better add a little to it. I cannot get the timing right on pitching. I'm always way too fast. Oh, talk about being too fast, and I hit that way slow. See, people hit OP, GC all the time, most of the time. They hurt themselves. Man, I wonder if there's a... I need to find a way to make the text bigger. I feel like I'm having to get down there and see the text is really small. That's one more thing I'll have to figure out. And let's do a flop. Oh, gotta get down into those. There we go. At least I didn't hit the bunker. For par, it says it's down to, which going downhill, it always breaks more. Well, it usually always breaks more. Because I'm hitting it softer. Ooh, there we go. Colin more something. That's my rival in this one. Into the wind. Yeah, that's how I ought to do it every time. What is this? Is a par 5? Man, I hate par 5s into the wind. Oh, this is a short par 5. A lot of these par 5s are, you can just barely get to them with the second. Hacks. Oh, that was not bad at all. On the green, a little long. This is for eagle, Chuck. For eagle, gotta get some eagle wings here. Down 5 inches. I mean OP. I'm gonna be no good at screen names. Hacks. What the heck is hacks? See what I mean? Golly, it really breaks if you're going downhill. Stop. And this is a different course. From course to course, the greens are different, and some of these things have linoleum greens. It's linoleum greens, it seems like. Oh, shoot. Do I want to chip it, or do I want to... Let's try chipping it. They're endangered. Hacks are endangered? Oh, eagles? Because you're... Suggesting you're hacking. Oh. I'm kind of slow, man. Gotta watch out for that. I don't know how to read this. Freaking fly. Don't make me break out the salt blaster. Woo, there we go. I just parted, I think. I didn't even pay attention. See, this is what I was talking about. These videos pop up. That one wasn't too long. Right now, they kind of annoy me because a lot of times I'm just... You know what? On the streaming, it may not be too bad because I'm not really just trying to fast play. A lot of times I just want to play a game real fast. And let's try that. And those videos pop up, and it's like I'm hitting the button to try and fast forward through them. But on the streaming, I don't think it's too bad because you're needing breaks to chat inside of anyway. So will it? Will it? Will it? Looks like it's going to. Yeah, man, I told my wife, that was one of my first lessons in early on in being married. You never tell your wife, I can't read your mind. It doesn't go over well. Oh, shoot. That turned out to be a bad day. Oh, look at that, Chuck. Look at that. That was a beauty. I was like, there's always one guy in the crowd I always hear, yeah! Yeah! I'm like, yeah! Back at him. Not a bad shot. I see, here we are. It suggests the pitch. 22 under in the 14th. Should make the cut. 22 under in the 14th. Yeah, I think so. I so want to get this pitch working right, but I always mess up the timing. Let's try it. Oh, that wasn't bad timing. I really concentrated though. Maybe that's it. Just requires more concentration. Ah, shoot, that's too long. I can't shorten the power anymore, so I'm just gonna nudge it out onto the green and try and let it roll down. Leader is only 26 under. Yeah, you gotta hate those tough courses. I never can tell. For me, a lot of it is on this is the greens, because some are like you say, some are what I call linoleum greens. Because man, you can hit it. Looks like it should stop right by the hole, and it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. Next thing you know, you're 50 feet away and in the fringe or down off in the rough. Those are the days I get frustrated. But they're not consistent from course to course, which is real life, I suppose. Different courses are going to have different things going on. This is going to be cool, though. I get my stuff sorted out here, and I'm hoping. I wanted to listen to that first video back, but it took them so long to process it that I was like, well, let me just go ahead and make another one while I'm waiting. So I was just counting on the fact that the 9-mile-an-hour wind, about missed that. I was just counting on the fact that the audio was working right. It's kind of weird sitting here talking. The only thing I can say, well, somebody down the road might pull up a video and watch for a while, so there's that. But when nobody else is in you're doing a stream and nobody else is in there, well, it's kind of weird just sitting here talking. Neosho. How much? Is that right, Chuck? Is that right? Am I lined up right? What do you think? I think he needs to go a little more to the right because it's downhill. Going downhill always makes it break more because you hit the ball softer, so you don't way overshoot it. Oh, there we go. Believe it or not, that's a tougher, tougher putt than what it looks like. Or it can't. I don't know. Some days it is. Oh, I love this hole. It's not saying I'm good at it, but I just think this is a beautiful hole. And I got that crosswind. Don't get over there too far. That fairway slopes towards the out of bounds there, so it's kind of, especially when you got the wind going that direction too, a little nerve-wracking. This is the part I love about you. You're shooting at this. In real life, this has got to be like, what? How am I supposed to know where the hole's at? Three iron. Man, I don't know. We'll try it. Oh, perfect. Yeah. The 5 wood have been too much, I think. I don't know, it might have got just there. It's uphill. And no break whatsoever. Ah, that's what kills me. I can never read. It looks like it's gonna break, but no break. See, this was as a North Clash Power 10 balls, upgraded drivers see them overpower. Power 10 balls, upgraded drivers, seen them overpower, and it greens. Oh, okay. They overshoot a par 5, yeah. Yeah, you ain't got to do that here from the tee anyway. And see, I've always been partial to simulators more than video game type golf. Like I said, I've got other games on here that are more video game golf, but I just love the sim, as real as it can get. Man, 30 feet down. It's really easy to overshoot these way downhill par 3s. Oh, I didn't get any bend to the left there. Wouldn't have been a bad distance if uh-oh. had a screen freeze, but I caught it that time. I don't know, there's something weird, because it affected the sound. I heard myself coming out of the speakers for a second. Very strange. At least now I know if I hear that sound. Ooh, gosh dang. That was nice. Or almost nice. Down 2 inches. We're going to go straight at. And we'll put it over just slightly. And then go straight at it. There we go. I didn't even look. Was that? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. That was a par. Pangaea golf was pretty neat, but it was very cartoonish with especially shots that would stop at top, then streak straight down. Oh. Met your neighbor there. See, I think this would be a cool deal. I just got to make myself more interesting, you know, so I can get some viewers. I think I'll stop short of like dyeing my hair purple or anything like that, but into the wind, but way down. We're gonna go there. Where is this? This is Pebble Beach. I recognize the courses from the layout of the holes and stuff, but I don't know. I never really look at the names that much. That was not a bad shot. AT&T. I'll go with that. 9th hole, par 4. Roll, roll, roll. "23 feet down into the wind." Yeah, my first video I ranted on politics a little bit, so I'm sure that'll come up heavily. I decided too I need to probably before I play, I should like check out the news for the day and pull it up in a browser, have it off to the side with several tabs up so I can jump from tab to tab to have some things to talk about. Man, no break. No break. Remember, there was no break. Ooh, that actually had a lot of break. 4. I'll take that. That little yellow triangle that pops up there, that's me speeding up the deal. Otherwise, it's like real time on the drives. They float for a long time. Down to... That ain't too bad. Look at that. Look at that. I'm like 2 hours in on my stream now. On one hand, it kind of surprises me that they don't. Well, if there is a limit, I don't know what the limit is. But then on the other hand, I see a lot of videos out there that are like 3 hours long and such, so I guess they got room for it. Oh, I felt that one. My thumb didn't go right. I don't know why. Sometimes I have a glitchy thumb. Oh, that was not good. I see I'm getting lazy now, not figuring stuff out. Oh, gosh dang. That's what always happens. I have one of these, like 3 and 4 putting. Just get frustrated. Dang, I almost overshot it. Kinda did. I was kind of thinking about this a while ago before you were on here. I wonder, people will tune in and they watch streamers, and normally, like the big ones, that streamers that have big followings, they keep it all interesting stuff. But I kind of wonder how much people just tune in to hear somebody talk, hear somebody's voice. In a more Well, I guess it wouldn't be relaxed because I started to say in a more relaxed setting, but that's not really the right word, I think. Because, you know, society's gotten so weird. People isolated. Maybe I could pick up a few of those here and there. And that would be cool. Of course, if they're left-wingers, well, I'll run them off immediately. The other thing I found when I watch videos back that I do, man, my voice sounds so different to me. Golly, I mean, I know it always has when you record it and listen to it back because you're not hearing it in your head. But even the mannerisms and stuff, I'm like, golly, I do that. That's freaking weird. I'm a weirdo, man. When I listen back to it, it's like I'm talking all slow and stuff. And to be fair, though, usually when I'm doing that, I'm like I say, I'm trying to watch the OBS settings and then the YouTube settings, and then if there's whatever I'm trying to do. I started to say a while ago, totally sidetracked again. The reason I started this was I set up a Linux deal where I could record videos on beginning terminal use in Linux. Just like real simple basic commands, really super short videos. I thought, man, I can get by with those without the screen freezing. You're gonna get a dog? I think you're saying you're going, and I understand if that's the case. I don't know your translations yet. Well, I'll be here to finish the game. I shall finish the game. You know what movie that's from? That is from, I don't remember if I know what movie that's from. One of the Young Guns movies. Kiefer Sutherland and Emilio Estevez, he's the one that said that. I shall finish the game. Well, Chuck, thanks for popping in and putting some chats in my stream so I could test it out and see if it actually works or not. I'm liking that. Overall, been a productive day in this realm. I think I'm gonna start trying to stream once a day. See if I can pitch this right. Oh, that timing wasn't bad at all compared to normal pitching. Roll, roll, roll. That's a slow roll. Yeah, Young Guns. Anybody out there seen Young Guns? Throw some comments in there if you've seen Young Guns, and if you're still hanging out through all this mindless chatter. good movies. I started to go down a road, and then I said, no, save that for like a more real stream. But then I thought, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to listen this far into the video anyway. So I can run through it and kind of practice, and then I can hit it again in a later stream. Now, what was the subject that I was thinking of? Movies and... Oh yeah, so many great movies out there. And it gets me, these people reacting to movies that I grew up with. I kind of forget. It's like, man, I'm getting old, I guess. How can anybody not know about this movie or that movie? Like the Rocky movies are key. I didn't find the Rocky movies till I was older, though. I mean, I think I seen it. I think I was too young when the first time it played on TV that I didn't really get it. It wasn't until I was in my 20s, I'm sure, that I went and watched those, and man, just was freaking amazed. Those are always good movies to get you pumped up. And of course, everybody seen the Star Wars movies. Man, I think Disney has almost ruined the whole franchise from me, as well as Mark Hamill. Luke Skywalker was always my favorite when I was a kid. Mark Hamill comes out there and does all his, it's like, what new and stupid can I do this week, or say? Kind of put a sour taste in my mouth even for the old movies. Lonesome Dove. I was trying to think of that last night, and it was driving me crazy because it had I still haven't remembered that guy's name yet. This dude in it, he's a great character actor, been in so many movies. And I cannot remember his name. And I'm not going to look it up. I'm not going to cheat and use the internet. But he was in Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise. He was like the main car engineer, builder, dude, something like that. He was in Open Range with Kevin Costner. Why can I not remember that guy's name? Phenomenon. He was in Phenomenon with John Travolta. I know one day when there's somebody out there that bothers enough to listen to this whole stream, they're going to be like, I know, I got the answer. On the 18th hole, they have the answer. Woo! Look at that. I don't even know what I got. I think last time I looked, I was even. I was way down. I was like, what was I, 3 or 4 strokes down? And then I went crazy there on one hole. Lost all that. I gained it back. Because I looked at once and I was even. So I went down a stroke. 19th place. Good day's work. Good day's work. So let me continue. All right. I guess we'll wrap it for the day. And thank you all for coming to the show. And I will see you next time. I think I intend to do this every day. Maybe I'll think of some creative, different ways to play the golf game, like tournaments or something like that. I don't know. But mostly, just gonna be chatting, playing golf and complaining, like and subscribe and all that stuff. Unless you don't like, then don't subscribe. Or you could subscribe and send a note on how bad this stream is. I'll be fine with that. Alright. Catch y'all later.